My dearest Eric, twilight comes early this late in the year, and I write to you soon after the sun has set. The sky blazes with a sunset the color of my bloody tears as I wake a little earlier each evening, contemplating stepping out into the dying sunlight as a means to sear those last glimpses of you from my soul as I left you there in Paris. You're losing yourself to your appetites, my love, losing your humanity. As a Bruja, you've always been subjected to the cruelties of your beast more than most kindred, but you once ruled yourself. Others have already declared you lost to wassail. But you know that I could never forsake you, that I could never stop loving you with my entire being. But if there is to be any future for us, you must stop seeking me out and let me go. For weeks, I've been unable to put pen to paper for fear of this moment. The moment when I must tell you that our great affair must end. While we come to an ending of sorts, perhaps for you it can be a new beginning. You have agency, Eric. You are capable of choice, regardless of what demands it makes upon your will. Your very soul stands at a crossroads of sort, and from here you must choose your path. Until recently, your passionate approach to our existence has been a model of our original morality, which comes strikingly close to the humanity we displayed as mortals. Your diableries and subsequent lust for killing have stripped away the things that made you human. If you continue down this path, I fear you will indeed find yourself lost to that beast, a shade of your former self, lost to wassail, hunting your own kind until put down like an animal. This is the future that Villon was already trying to sell, and far too many believe. But as I do still love you, I do not wish those fears for your future to materialize. Perhaps you can adopt a new method of ethics, a new way of being that can keep you from degenerating entirely into the jaws of your beast. I fear that short of adopting a path of enlightenment, you can never come back to me. It is difficult for us to hold on to our humanity, and with the road you currently walk, it will be impossible. You must change your perspective, your moral code, to suit the life you have chosen if you desire to preserve your immortality. Naturally, there are costs to such a profound change. You will become a stranger in your demeanor, more alien, as your outward mannerisms begin to reflect the new modes of thought. Such paths are considered undesirable within the Camarilla, and the paths are as varied as the world of Kindred. While I was in Venice with the Giovanni, they spoke in hushed tones about the path of death in the soul, or as they sometimes call it, the path of bones. Some of their family find morality in their depravity by devoting themselves to understanding the nature of the immortal soul and unraveling the mysteries of death. Their studies teach them as much about the spirit world as possible, in a search to know the purpose of life, death, and undeath. Followers of the Path of Bones believe that the soul is constant and eternal. You spoke of knowing the individuals whose lives you consumed. Could you unlock the mysteries of the cycle of death and rebirth? How are the undead somehow trapped outside of this cycle? Could you find peace and understanding along the path of the death in the soul? Or perhaps you would find that you cannot resist your temptation to taste lives and experiences. There's a path that leads that way too, the path of ecstasy. Practitioners of this path revel in luxury. They sate the beast by glutting its appetite. They revel in the most decadent extremes of vampiric sensation. Your passions certainly fit this profile. The followers of Set initially created the path of ecstasy. They see pleasure as a means of worshiping their god and antediluvian. They view the pursuit of pleasure as a spiritual obligation of sorts. Those who spurn luxury and hedonism are misguided and should be coerced and corrupted. Can you still make the choice to defy your temptations? Or would you be better served amongst those who believe that resisting temptation is defying the very essence of one's vampiric nature? Could you find solace in the path of honorable accord? Followers of this path call themselves knights and always keep their word. but they do not feel the joy in life you always have. Naudists on the Path of Cain find a spiritual existence within deep study, and you once claimed to be a scholar. I do not think you cruel enough for the Path of Night, and it is almost exclusively populated with La Sombra. Even still, I do not think you're so inhumane that you would follow the path of metamorphosis, the changing of both mind and body. All of these seem too simple for you, Eric, easy solutions to a fleeting concern. I've known you for ages. You're a leader, not part of the rabble. You've always been an idealist, and even Theo has shown you respect for your leadership. I would choose to send you toward an old friend. I know how Melanthia has treated you in the past, but she has agreed to teach you her path, the path of power and the inner voice. By bending the world to your will, you can create order, stability, and meaningful victories. Followers of this path believe that power and control are the only goals worth pursuing. Though they can become tyrannical and authoritative, they're also strangely protective of those who serve them, and that is so close to your style it almost breaks my heart. Known as unifiers, they command fear and respect and do not tolerate weakness or meaningless failure. Mel can teach you to master the voices that now live within you, to take control of them and use everything within you to achieve all of your plans, all of our plans. Who is more humane? Those who cling to their humanity and commit their crimes in the shadows, further slipping to their beast in silence, donating to charity to try to save their souls? Or is it more honest to embrace your beast and vampiric nature? I can tell you that the Camarilla will not allow you to make that choice. They're already making it for you. And Prince Villon would sweep you under the rug with a pile of his other problems in an attempt to clean his house. I pray for you, Eric, each night as I wake. Know that though our relationship must come to an end, I still love you. I fear that I may always love you. I implore you to seek one of these paths so that someday your path and mine might meet again. But now you must find your own way without me, because every step you take toward me now only endangers me. I need to make my own way and get free of this controversy. The world has grown darker for me, as if all light in it has been snuffed out. I will endure in the hope that my love for you will fade as the sunset fades into twilight. All of my love, Amelia, Zurich.